Alrighty YouTube, it's your boy TG, and today we are back with another video. Today we have a Marvel Rivals guide on my personal favorite character in the game, Psylocke. To kind of give an overview of a character, Psylocke is more so like an assassin, flanky type character. She has dashes and she has invisibilities. Which makes her she could be a very pesky, very annoying character to deal with, and she has some of the highest like kill potential. I don't want to say one shot, but like basically a one shot potential. She has some of the highest in the game, and she's just really hot. I mean, let's just take a look and see what we're working with here. So all in all, she's a super fun character. They have her at 5-star difficulty. I don't really think that she's like hard to play as in like Spider-Man hard. Like Spider-Man is like mechanically very demanding to play, but Psylocke on the other hand, I feel like it's more so not like you have to be super mechanical, but you have to understand. And like understanding this character and knowing how to use the character are two different things, So I feel like that's why she has a 5-star difficulty, because she definitely is kind of like easier to pick up. But in regards to like mastering the character, I think it definitely takes a lot of time. I mean, I have like 60 hours on Psylocke, so I feel like I'm pretty versed in regards to the character's kit, like what she's strong at, what she's weak at, and things of that nature. Also, like the biggest misconception that I hear from people is that Psylocke is a dive character. And while I think that Psylocke does have like some dive capabilities, I wouldn't necessarily classify her as a diver. Like a diver to me is like a Black Panther, an Iron Fist, who could just go in the back line and just like the entire team has to focus on like killing these guys, because if not, they're just gonna make it hell for you guys to support. While I do feel like Psylocke can do pretty much the same thing, I feel like she lacks that ability to cause like complete and utter chaos unless she uses her ultimate ability. But don't let people say that she's a dive character and not a flanker, because like I said, I feel like they're two completely different roles. Like Psylocke is definitely gonna want to take off angles, get behind, try to assassinate the enemy supports and things of that nature, but to just straight up dive in like Black Panther and Iron Fist, you're just gonna die more so often than not. So that's one big takeaway when you have people chatting you in the team chat telling you, hey, go just dive and kill the entire back line. That's what your character does. That's what she does to some extent, but she definitely doesn't thrive in that type of situation compared to like an Iron Fist or a Black Panther. So moving on, let's just go ahead and go over her abilities really quick. And to start off, we're just going to go over her primary, which is just her left click. As you can see, it does insane damage. This is a 250 health bot, and it's pretty much getting melted in 2 headshot bursts. And I mean, to the body, 3 to the body, and if you headshot someone pretty much like from that close, they're gonna die with 2 bursts. But that's not even a thing. For one, obviously, it does do a lot of damage as we just displayed, but the biggest thing about her left click is the fact that it refunds cooldowns. So let's just say, and I'm gonna get into this later, but like when I'm like going more in depth on like tactics like with the character and whatnot, but let's just say you're in a situation which you should never be in, where you don't have a dash to get out, or you don't have your invisibility either. What you could do instead of just running is just run away. When you're running away, just shoot, because that may buy you just the extra couple of seconds you need in order to get your dash back. Because like I said, if we just do it normally, let's just do it on my E for example. E has a 15-second cooldown. Watch when I shoot these guys. It's pretty much going down like a second, like every time I shoot something. And next thing you know, I have my invisibility back. And also the unique thing about this is it does not matter how far you are. So I could literally be all the way back here, and I'm getting refresh on my cooldowns for my left click. As you can see, we did not wait an entire 15 seconds to get that back. And I mean, her damage isn't like horrible. You know, it's from this far, it's not horrible, but like I said, you definitely want to be around like the 15, 17-ish. Usually somewhere between like 15 and like 18, 17 meters to really get the most out of this character. And then when you want to go into like some of the one-shot type stuff, which I'll go into a little bit later, you definitely want to be a little bit closer than usual. But that's the thing about her left click. And so like I said, if you're going to take one thing away from the left click, which is something I learned through like a lot of trials and tribulations, I mean, if you're just going to run away, let's just say I'm in just a sticky situation, I'm just running away and my ass is just towards the enemy team and there's like a 99% chance that I'm going to die. If you want that 1% chance to survive, you might as well, and you have no cooldowns, like I said, you should never not have a dash. But if you're just in one of those situations where it's just, you know, I'm more than likely gonna die, you might as well go down like shooting your gun for one to get the cooldowns back on a dash, because you never know, that extra dash just could very much so save your life, but also at least putting down some type of damage, like so for when your team comes to like clean up. It's very situational, don't get me wrong, but because like I said, more so often now you're gonna have a dash. But like I said, just number one thing, just when you're running away with Psylocke and you don't have any cooldowns, just shoot around and just turn around and just kite the other team, because the worst thing happens, you're gonna die, and the other worst thing, you know, you were gonna die anyway. So you might as well go down fighting, and then like I said, you'll always have that chance to get one of your abilities back, whether it be like my invisibility, which is honestly like a lifesaver, or if I just get just enough to get an extra dash, maybe get around a corner. And considering like how slow like the characters usually are in like these type of hero shooter games, that dash can very much save your life. So like I said, don't run away with your ass out, run away fighting and shooting your gun and hitting the targets to maybe reset your cooldowns on some of your abilities so you can get away. And honestly, even like when you're fighting, you could fuck around and like really like stack. So let's say I could just like, I would never really be like this close doing it. For example, like I'm just messing around, you know, dashing in and out, blah blah blah. Now I have 2 dashes, so then I could dash again, go for an insta kill, and then I still have enough to dash back out. So you can potentially farm 3 dashes with this character. So once again, left click, reduce the cooldown on your abilities. More so often than not, you always want to be shooting at something with Psylocke, no matter how far you are, especially if you're in a situation where you need to get a dash back or something like that. Because I've died so many times before like I realized this. Like, man, I was literally like half a second away from my dash or half a second away back for my E, and then just autopiloting and just like trying to run and like jump and maneuver, versus just doing the same thing but backwards and then getting that dash and then getting around that corner, and then you have invisibility. So that's going to do it for the left click. Then we have the right click, which is honestly pretty self-explanatory. It has a shuriken that you can throw out. Let me put cooldowns back on here. Pretty much has a shuriken that you can throw out, and it will retract wherever your crosshair is after 3 seconds. So, and I believe it can hit 2 people. Yep. So it hit these 2 here. But you're never going to just throw the shuriken out and then, you know, do something like that because it's just stupid. Really, you're going to be doing this to just do, like, a lot of your burst damage. If you ever came across a Psylocke and they just, like, just melted you, it's because they probably just hit all their shots and did their right click on you, because that'll do, like, 100 damage alone, on top of how much he does with her left click. But basically, what you want to do, I mean, I can probably test it out, like, on this character here with the right click, is when you're shooting someone, you want to throw that right click like right at them, like honestly probably like immediately, because the burst damage is just insane. So I will do like left click, right click, right click. Let me do it on something with like more health, like a luminous snow, so it's like more ideal. But like for example, if I'd like snuck up behind somebody or something like that, like something I'll do is left click, right click, left click, right click, and then like obviously you'll get like super fast with it eventually, and then you just be able to melt people like that. But the thing is, your right click will like animation cancel your primary, right? So if I don't get all of the shots, so to kind of put it in retrospective, right? And this is like what a lot of people I'll see play Psylocke do, and you'll miss out on a lot of kills like this because I did. It's just rushing the right click too fast, because if you do that, it's gonna cancel your left click, so you're not getting full damage out of the left click. So you only want to right click after After you hear the three go off, then you right click. So you'll do left click, get all of the bursts, right click, right click, and you'll literally just honestly destroy anyone for the most part. You can just do left click, right click, right click, left click. Once again, that's left click, right click, left click, and they will die. There's not a 200, and I want to say Luna Snow has 275, so any character 275 and below will just die from this basic ass combo. Like every time. It's actually kind of disgusting. So one more time, it's left click, right click, left click, and I kind of whipped my shot there, but you get the point. And the biggest thing about the right click is when you tandem it up with your dash. So you could throw, let's say I threw my shuriken over there. No matter where you dash, if you hit something, after when you use your right click and you throw your dash, whatever you hit with your dash, it's gonna automatically recall the shuriken, no matter what. And also you recall the shuriken with right click, by the way. So you throw it out with right click, recall it with right click. But the thing is, like boom, I'll hit him with this. I don't have to recall it, right? I can just do this, boom, dash. And he's gonna get hit with this, my dash, and the recall of the shuriken. No matter what. No matter what, 100% of the time, there's never a time where you hit something with a right click. I mean, there's never a point in time where I'll throw a right click out, dash through something, and they don't get hit with the right click. And then that's gonna make up for some of like some more of like Psylocke's bread and butter combos and stuff like that. But yes, that's like huge, and people didn't like find this out until like later, like maybe like a week into the game that you could like do that. But just remember, whatever you dash to, if you hit something with your dash, after you do out your right click, they will take damage from the dash, and they will take the secondary recall of the right click. So please remember that if you need to like go back and watch, or pause for a second, or rewind and be sure about what I said. That's what it'll do. But a lot of your burst damage you're gonna get from your right click. A lot of it. Like a lot of it. So then where I want to say it's important, sorry I got kind of caught up placing at the box there, but what I was saying earlier, let's say you have a Black Panther and now that combo that you were trying to do, it doesn't work because he'll be left with 1 HP. What you can do, I mean, you can honestly still burst like Black Panthers and stuff like that down with like this combo where you just go left click, right click, and then left click, but you have to left click them twice. There may be a better combo out there, but I'm the type of person, I just do what works for me and like what I found success with. But when you have a 300 character, for example, like I said, you can still kill them without using the dash. So you go left click, right click, and then you just have to burst them like that, or you could do left click, like that. So it'd be 2 left clicks, right click, but you have to hit all your shots. Left click, right click, left click. Left click, right click, left click.
Wow, 4 in a row.
More time. Just like that, like when you do it fast. But the thing is, by the time like while that is fast, you'll lose out on a lot of kills more so often than not because somebody will notice that they're getting shot at by the time you do this combo, you know? By the time you do that, somebody's probably noticed that they've been shot, right? So the thing is now where the E and the dash come in tandem. I mean, not the E and the dash, where the right click and the dash come in tandem here. Because like I said, if you do that, they're going to take double damage from the recall. Because you dash through them, they're going to take the damage from the right click as well. So you could do something like left click, right click, left click, dash, and it'll kill them. And I'll do that slow again. One more time. It's going to be left click, right click, left click, dash. And this is on a 300, so any squishy in the game, this will kill them. Any squishy. Left click, right click, left click, dash.
Wow, 4 in a row.
I'm kind of missed shots there. I feel like my PC kind of like there, but left click, right click, left click, dash. And this is like guaranteed like you're hitting them in the head. I think it's one like if I shot him in the body. If you want to just not go for headshots and shoot them in the body, you can do left click, right click, dash like that. But if you hit them in the head, you only have to do give or take think like granted I hit all the shots. I think you only get away with doing one. So if I shoot him in the head, you could do it like that. But if you want to guarantee like just not even worry about whiffing and just shooting him in the body, you go left click, dash. I'll do it one more time. So left click, right click, dash. And that's how you put the, and I kind of just went over like the combos there too, pretty much while explaining like the right click and the dash. But besides using the dash, but that's basically like your right click. Your right click is just your bread and butter when it comes to like just assassinating targets. Because it just does so much damage, like so fast. It does 100 damage like extremely fast. Like literally from half a second, his health is just gone. So that's the right click, and then don't forget, like I said, whenever you right click, just throw it anywhere, and it will recall to wherever your crosshair is, and it will do damage. And if you dash while you have your right click out, they'll get hit with a dash as well. The other thing that I want to talk about with the dashes, well that's gonna sum it up for the right click. I feel like I kind of went over the right click and the left click at the same time, but the biggest thing I want to talk about when it comes to Psylocke's dashes is the management of the dashes, which will also kind of fit into like how you want to play this character and whatnot. But you see this has 2 dashes, so boom, I have it on no cooldown right now, but basically you get to use these back to back before they go on any type of cooldown. If you use both of them back to back, they'll have a 10-second cooldown, but let's just say I use one of them, it'll be like 5 seconds before I get another dash back. And then like I said, when you left click, it'll reduce the cooldowns of even when you just use one. So instead of waiting, if I dash, instead of waiting 5 seconds, if I shoot, you know, shoot whatever, I can probably get another dash back in like 2.5, 3 seconds. But the thing with her dashes is the say all be all is how you manage these things. Me personally, like after a bunch of trial and error with this character, I usually don't want to engage unless I have 2 dashes to get out. And not even to get out right, because what I'll do is you'll sneak up with the invisibility, and then now you're looking for a killer. You're trying to find someone, you know, basically with their pants down, not paying attention, right? What you're gonna do more so often than not, unless you just melt them like with that, without using your dash, more so often than not, like especially when you have like a 300 HP character, you're gonna want to finish them off with a dash. You're gonna want to finish them off with a dash, right? So after I do that, I want to be able to still get out, because at that point I only have 1 dash, right? So let's just say I go on the back, I kill somebody, I kill the support, right? I kill the support character, right? Now the rest of the team is going to be looking back at me, and if I only engage with 1 dash, now I have no dash to get out, right? And then depending on how deep you are on the flank, the invisibility only lasts for 3 seconds, and if somehow, some way, somebody's like shooting you when you're in the invisibility, they'll be able to, like, once they shoot you once and like you'll like frame in and out of the invisibility, they'll be able to kind of like see and like kind of guess like what direction you're going. So that's why when I go in and I want to assassinate somebody, I'll do it with 2 dashes, because if shit goes south, then I still have 1 dash to get out, and I'll have my invisibility. You know, I mean, really the only time I don't have 2 dashes is like if I'm coming out of spawn, and then I'll do something like this, just to get the extra movement speed, like catch up if I die or something like that. But I mean, that's pretty much the only time like you'll use both dashes back to back, unless like you're just in a sticky ass situation, which the dash is very forgiving, right? And having 2 dashes is very forgiving, because I could be so out of position, just like causing annoyance on like the side of the enemy team, just like shooting at them, right? Because like, yes, and this is go back to what I say, like Psylocke is, she definitely has dive potential, but she's just a flanker, and she's just meant to be a character that just annoys the absolute hell out of your team. And then the team has no choice but to focus Psylocke, and then that presents opportunities for like your tanks to step up, and just opens up the more opportunities for your character, because the amount of kill potential that Psylocke has, if the team doesn't respect, they're just Psylocke's gonna give them a hard time. Like, she's one of those characters that like demands your attention, and then by that, it just opens up way more opportunity for team play and just setting up your guys. So like I said, like when you have 2 dashes, right? Let's say I'm just so mispositioned. I wouldn't even say it's mispositioned because I have 2 dashes. let's just say they finally get annoyed at me, they start diving me, and I'm in a fucked up spot. So one dash even won't get me out. I could just dash, and then like you can dash over terrain, and then there's no way that they're catching you. So I mean, I usually, some people will say to keep one dash, like one dash is enough. But like I said, depending on how you get the kill, if you can ever get the kill on someone without dashing, if you could ever get the kill on someone without dashing, then that's a plus, right? Because then you'll have that dash to get out. So anytime you have a chance to kill someone without using the dash, then do it. Don't be thirsty to just, you know, kill someone with the dash, because trust me, like I've been there. But if you can kill someone without using the dash, you always want to keep your dash for a get off me thing as well. And then honestly, Psylocke can deal with flying characters as well, like really well too, because her damage is just like insane. I mean, I might mess up here because I haven't like practiced it, but like you can literally fucking try to get up there. Give or take, that was my first time like trying that because I thought I don't know fly, but you could even like finish off divers. I mean, not divers. You can finish off flyers in the air. You can just shoot at them, like get them weak, and then you can maybe even like dash through them for a kill. But yeah, when it comes to the dashes, like I said, you usually want to keep 2 on you. 1 is like, I kind of got my team and I can get back to my team, but if you're taking like a very off angle, you want to usually, where like you're gonna have to depend on like health packs for like heals and stuff like that. You're gonna want to have 2 dashes on you, and then just another like, it's not like game breaking tech with the dash, but like something that I think like every Psylocke player should do, like when they dash, is instead of building the habit of dashing and then like turning around, wherever I dash, when I push shift, I cannot change that direction, right? So I can look right and dash. It's not gonna let me go right until after I complete the dash, right? So what you want to do, especially like when you're in a duel with another character, especially like another Psylocke or like a Black Panther or something like that, where like tracking is like everything, what I'll do is I will shift and then turn my mouse instantaneously, because no matter what, after I commit to hitting the shift, wherever I was looking, that's where my character is going to go.
Step aside.
So I'll do this, and I don't know if I'm doing that too fast, but basically I'll shift and turn at the exact same time. So once I commit to the shift, I'm instantly turning my camera, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be dashing through something, right? So let's say I'm in a duel with this guy, I miss him, right? I'm whipping my shots for some reason. I can't get the kill. That was a bad excuse there, but I can't get the kill for some reason, right? I'm just whipping my shots. Whipping my shots, right? And I don't kill him. When I dash, this will allow me to instant track this guy, dashing and turning around instantaneously versus dashing then waiting. You know, like that 0.5 seconds that it saves you of like turning around and seeing where that character is that you just dash through will honestly save your life, because you can pretty much fire like right out of your dash, right? So you dash through, you're already ready for them to be behind you. You don't have to turn around after you dash and go like that. You know, you just instantly, it's one fluid motion. So I'm hitting shift and I'm turning around and I'm swinging my mouse to the right immediately, or if you want to do it to the left, whichever way you need to try, give or take, that's what you want to do. And that's one thing that I want you guys to take away from the dash. If you guys are going to take anything away from what I was saying about the dash, anytime you dash, redirect your camera back onto your target before you in the dash, you know, so just one fluid motion, one fluid motion, one fluid motion. That was a bad swipe right there, but one fluid motion, you kind of get the gist of it. One fluid motion, because when I go through this guy, I'll be able to instantly track back on and see where he is, you know. So that's one little cool trick you can do with the shift dash. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is try to mix in like melees when you can too. Because like, especially when like someone's getting healed and stuff like that, like those little melees,
what a disgrace.
Especially like in a duel where like characters have like overhealth and stuff like that, they may get like 50. I want to say like a dash does, I mean not a dash, a melee might do like what, 30 or 50 HP, I'm not really sure. But that could be the difference between you living and you surviving. And even if you like sneak up behind somebody, you could just, and then they just die like immediately will just die, and you probably don't even have to dash. But just try to mix it. And I learned that from SK. She's like honestly probably one of the better, one of the best Psylocke players out there. Shout out her, because I was just watching her play, and she didn't even like say this in like a guide or anything. I just seen her playing, and just the amount of times that she just melees with Psylocke just really kind of opened up my eyes on like actually like melee being like super good, because it'll definitely help you secure kills. And then I mean, we can go into her E really quick, which is it just makes her invisible. Like no one can see you on the map. The only downside of it really is if someone shoots you like while you're invisible, it'll kind of show traces of like where you're going. Like you'll start flashing in and out of invisibility. So if someone shoots you when you're invisible, they can pretty much start to like guess like where you are. So and then they can kill you. I've died not more so often now, but I've died a lot more times than I thought. Just like hitting E, thinking it was just a get out of jail free card, and then I've just died. So just be careful like where you place your E's. Try not to move like super predictable like when you're in your E's, especially if you do use it as a get out of jail free card. Like if this guy's shooting at me and I pop my E, he's gonna obviously expect me to turn around and like start walking. But this is also another thing like why you need to know where like health packs are and stuff on this character, because you're not really like overly reliant like on your healers, right? Because you could like do a play like this. Like let's just say like right, I don't have a healer. Even then, like with the health packs too, like try not to be so obvious about it. Obviously, you want to get to them as fast as possible, but don't be obvious like when you're invisible, right? So like this guy's shooting at me, I'm in the front of him, right? Anybody else would just expect me to just run bad. I will literally go invisible. I could be half HP if I'm in the middle of this duel, and I will literally just like run behind this guy and like go try to finish off the kill, and then you know go invisible, run to like the health pack. Just don't run in an area where they would expect you to run, because like I said, if they shoot you, I've died many times from using my invisibility and then just like getting smoked because I just used it where in a part where like all they had to do were just shoot their gun. Especially like if you have a melee character in your face, I'll try to dash away. Especially, this is honestly one thing if you're gonna take away about the invisibility, do not go invis in front of a melee character. Try to like dash away first, preferably if it's like an Iron Fist dude. I can't lie, if I have both dashes, I'm dashing out of there twice and then I'm out. But you definitely want to dash and then go invis if you have it versus any character, but especially if like you have like a melee carry in your face, you want to dash and then go invisible, and then obviously try not to, you know, play around like his melee range, because that shit will get you smoked, because they'll literally just start mashing the AoE area around you and then they will hit you. So that's one thing about the invisibility, but other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, no one can see you. If you do any action besides reload, it will take you out of it, and then you get it and go invis and go back like right away if you hit E. So like some outplay you can do, like if you're dueling somebody, like you just don't even have to go invisible the whole time, right? You can like fake them out with the invis. Like if he's shooting at me, we're in a duel, I'll go invis for half a second. He's thinking I like ran somewhere I didn't, and then I just literally like pop up like right behind him, and then he's just dead. So that's one like little gimmick trick you can do with the E. Like you don't have to use it every single time, because once they can't see you anymore, they're gonna try to panic. But just try to move to like a little side angle or something really quick, like super fast, and then you know you can do stuff like that. And then her last ability we have is her ultimate, which is probably one of the best, arguably like top 5, I wouldn't say it's top 3, but I would definitely say maybe like top 5 ulti in the game. And basically it just slashes anyone within the circle with 100% accuracy, and it does a shit ton of damage. The only thing that if somebody pops like a Loki, like the Loki like healing thing, like there's definitely some characters that can counter her ult. Like Loki can counter it. Mantis can somewhat counter it. If Mantis uses it, Psylocke can kill Mantis if she's the only one in the circle on Mantis's ult, but Luna ult, like Luna Snow ult, completely shuts the ultimate down. So really what you want to do with the ultimate is kind of try to have your team bait, because this is such a game-changing ult. I will literally have my teammates either, for one, like use their ulties, or just do something to get the supports to ult and bait the support ults out, and then after those are gone, then you go in and ult because you'll just absolutely cause chaos. Preferably, you want to have 2 to 3 characters. If you do have 3 characters in there, I would preferably say it'd be like a squishy. 3 squishies is like super optimal because what you'll do, you can just like literally dash up, dash in, and then, you know, just ult their backline like that, and then you'll get hella kills like that. Or, I mean, you could literally just go invisible, run right past them, and then, you know, go in this, ult them, stuff like that, get kills like that, right? And then let's say another like little thing I like to do with the ult, right? Let's say like I got this guy. So let me get right here. Let's say I ult, right? Ult, right? But then like you see when you're in the ult, like you can make it go towards them, but it's not like super fast. So people can like run out of the ult, right? So if there's a situation where I have my ult and I hit 2 people and they're just like running for their life, instead of trying to chase them down with the ult, I'll literally cancel it and then go and finish off the people that way, versus just letting the ult play out and then like have the chance of them getting heals or, you know, whatever it may be. So like that's something like cool you can do with the ult, right? Boom, boom, get them both low. If they're out of the circle, you cancel it, go finish off your kill, and, you know, do stuff like that with the ult. But I mean, that's pretty much do it for like all of her abilities and stuff like that. Like I said, this character has insane burst damage. Like the way that she can pretty much like deal with anyone on the enemy team is crazy. And this is not a character where it's like pointless to shoot at tanks either, because you can clearly see that tank, I think he has like 600 HP. They get melted, especially like Grooves and Penny Parkers. Like Psylocke she can definitely fight on the front lines, but what you want to do, like obviously you want to play her like flanky for sure, but you can definitely fight her on the front lines because like I said, it's not a waste of time to shoot at the tank. So like something I'll do a lot, like let's just say like we're in a team fight, right? Like I'm just helping, you know, shred the tank. Oh, boom, I see the supports. I go invis in the middle of the fight, and then, you know, just go and kill one of the, jeez, I can't even fucking get up there. But go kill one of the supports, right? So, boom, like, we're all fighting right here. There's people in the air, you know, getting him low, getting, like, this guy low. Oh, wait, I see one of the supports. And then just go kill one of the supports, like, with the... So you can use, like, your E as a pretty good engage. Like, you don't have to take it from, like, an off angle. Like I said, you can literally do it in the middle of a team fight, where like there's super congested areas and maybe like one of the healers are like low, or you just see opportunity. Psylocke is a very opportunistic character, so you have to really pay attention to what's going on. I'll say, like, you really have to pay attention because she does so much damage. Even if someone is like only losing like a fourth of their HP, you could go in and like instantly kill them. So always be looking for opportunities. Like I said, you can ultimate, you hit a couple people, they're running out of it, you know, you end it early, go chase them down. You're fighting people in the middle, you know, you just farming up some damage, farming up your cooldowns. Oh, I'm invisible all of a sudden, and now I'm in the back line and your support character's dead. So that's kind of how you can move around with this character for the most part. But yeah, I mean, she's super cool, super hot, super fun to play. Like I said, I feel like she's easy to learn, but hard to master. And not to say that I'm the best Psylocke player by any means necessary, because like some of the stuff, even that like I've learned, have just been from me watching like other good players, you know. So this is not to say all be all Psylocke guide. If you guys know any tech or anything like that, please feel free to share with me down below. But once again, if there's going to be any like huge takeaways that I want you guys to take away from this video, it's do not try to play Psylocke like an absolute just like diver like Black Panther. Psylocke is all about creating off angle pressure on the enemy team, shooting the support, shooting the squishes. Like I said, you can even shoot the tanks, but just creating off angles to open up space for your team is going to be like your primary role, not to just full send the back line and kill them unless like you have an ultimate. And then another thing, like I said, is when you throw out your right click, the dash will make the right click hit whoever, no matter what. So you right click dash, it'll hit whoever. And then the other thing, like I said, is when you're dashing, auto adjusting your LOS after you dash. This will get you so many kills that you never thought you would get, because like I said, instead of doing that and being like slow with it, you dash and do it like instantaneously, because no matter what, it's not gonna stop how far I go. And like I said, you're dashing through something. You're dashing through something most of the time, so you want to be able to turn around like super quick, maybe sneak in a melee, sneak in like, you know, whatever bullet to kill them. So those are gonna be like my biggest things to play this character, and then just timing up your ults and not just like wasting your ults, because actually I forgot to mention, you can die in the startup. When she first says like whatever she says in like Japanese or whatever, like when she does like this twirl right here, she can die. So don't use your ult in a spot where you'll just, like if you're low, like if you're super low, don't try to use your ult as like a get out of jail free card. I mean, sometimes it works if the people have like good aim. I mean, if the people have bad aim. But like I said, if you're like about to die, don't just throw out your ult as in like a last desperation attempt. I mean, it'll work sometimes, but more so often than not, you want to use it when you have a decent amount of HP, because if you die in the startup of your ultimate, I wish I could show it right here, but if you die within the startup of your ultimate, you will lose the entirety of your ult, and then you're pretty much just useless until you get it again. Not to say that like Psylocke definitely doesn't need her ult to be a complete character, but her ult is just so strong that it's like a team fight, game-changing ult, you know. So you want to make sure you get the most value of it as much as possible. But once again, that's gonna go ahead and do it for today's video. Like I said, if you guys want to share any tips that I may have missed or tricks, please leave a comment down below. If you guys want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. I try to share everything that I know about this character with you guys. Like I said, I'm a lord on here. I have about 60 hours on Psylocke, so I know a lot. I would have pulled up gameplay, but I actually couldn't find like a super good game that I had played on this account, because I had to make a secondary account because I can't buy any more like currency on this. So if you guys do want to see like some Psylocke gameplay and stuff like that, please let me know and I'll keep that content coming. But that's gonna go ahead and do it for today. It's your boy TG, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content.